I could not have been more impressed with these two women that you are going to listen to here, and then listen to them. And then let's go ahead and take it on the other side, because these women, these young progressive women, get it.
Talk to me first about why it is you wanted to come out here today, because something that struck me was when you were speaking earlier and you mentioned your anger because you had received a text message from the Biden campaign. Why is that?
So I received a text message from Joe Biden's campaign yesterday saying that the Supreme Court had overturned Roe versus Wade and that it was my responsibility to then rush $15 to the Democratic National Party. And I thought that was absolutely outrageous because my rights should not be a fundraising point for them or a campaigning point. They have had multiple opportunities to codify Roe into law over the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and they haven't done it. And if they're going to keep campaigning on this point, they should actually do something about it.
What are you most worried about, Julian?
I'm most worried about what comes next, because Roe versus Wade was a precedent for Obergefell versus Hodges, Loving versus Virginia, Irving versus Texas, gay marriage, interracial marriage, and privacy in the bedroom. And those, as Clarence Thomas came out yesterday, they're going to be falling like dominoes.
You come from Texas. You're in Austin, Texas. There's a trigger law in place in Austin in 30 days.
Yes.
Abortion's going to be banned in your state.
Abortion has been banned at 6 weeks in my state since last September, which is an essential all-out ban because most women don't even realize they're pregnant before that point. And there are women in Texas who have already died and have already been arrested for having an abortion or a miscarriage, because we can't really tell that.
It seems like you have obvious anger towards the Democratic Party because you feel as if they've missed chances to codify Roe up until this point, and then here we are. What does that mean for you when it comes to the midterm elections and getting more Democrats elected to move forward with trying to codify Roe?
Well, when it comes down to the primaries, which I think are coming up in the next couple months, it means that we need to get as many people to the polls as possible to vote for more progressive Democrats. We need to get the old white Democrats out of office and put in new, younger people who will actually defend the rights of women and people all over this country. And then when it comes to midterms, we need to make sure that we have those same people who voted for the progressive people in the primaries coming back to the midterms and voting again, and making sure that these more progressive Democrats get into office and can actually make the change that we need.
We need to be calling on the Biden administration, the Senate, the Congress, whoever can help us. We don't care who, we don't care how, but abortion needs to be ratified into U.S. law. It needs to be a fundamental right that all women in this country have. No sanctuary states, no some women have access, some people get funding to go. Yeah. Every single woman in this country needs her inalienable right to bodily autonomy, because right now we have less bodily autonomy as women than corpses do.
We have less bodily autonomy than corpses do. Yeah, you defame the corpse and you go to jail. Okay, anyhow, folks, let me just say, first of all, these women, I am so impressed with these two young ladies. But here is something. What disturbing. Oh, now that abortion is overturned, Roe versus Wade is overturned. Give us $15 for what? Were you in the communities trying to get these people elected, the progressive elected? No. Let me tell you something, okay? If you want change, give your money to local organizations that are doing the work. Give your monies to, this is going to be self-serving, give your monies to local media that's trying to inform the appropriate people that go out there and vote and actually get things done. Not to these organizations that spend a ton of your monies, $10, $15, $20, $30,000 to some consultant firm that really doesn't know what's happening in the community. I tell you what, those two girls, those two young women are so smart in that they got it. She got upset for getting a request for sending $15 to a committee that should have done much more engagement in the community, which would have prevented the people elected that caused these Supreme Court judges to be appointed. We need people in the community, not in these mega establishment organizations that are accomplishing very, very little. You want to accomplish something? Grassroots. Invest in independent media. Invest in local organizations that are on the ground. The DSA, all these other organizations that are working their butts off, Indivisible, all these organizations that are saying, we are on the ground talking to the people that matter. They are the ones that need funding. They're the ones that actually go from $1 to the people. $1 to the people because they actually effectuate change. Folks, those two young ladies, kudos to you. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number 1, subscribe to our channel, and number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.